Hey, good morning. Welcome to Just for Today. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living in Columbia, Maryland. Today is January 7th, and I was sorting through my daily readers and ran across a January 1987 edition of Creative Thought for Each Day, which was published by Religious Science International. Was part of science, the Centers for Spiritual Living prior to the reintegration. And so today is January 7th. Mind is ever renewing. I am a new idea in the mind of God. With every breath I draw, divine love is expressing itself as the renewing health of my body. Beauty and perfection are the mirror likeness of mind, being my physical reflection. The orderly functions of sight, sound, and touch quietly maintain their divine purpose. I am a new idea in the mind of God. As God conceived of itself as infinite, this unlimited freedom of expression becomes my prosperity. My needs are fulfilled by this ever forming mind. My desires and pleasures are delightfully brought into structure in the creative self gratification of mind. I am a new idea in the mind of God. In this moment, I am aware of that ever evolving, renewing, unfolding, and enfolding love of the divine creator. I am a part of this unfolding. Old experiences are blessed and released. New experiences draw me into the center of peace and harmony. Every day, God through me is renewing the goodness of my mind, body, and affairs. And that was written by somebody named Scotty Dole. So I'm going to read through that again before I comment. I just want to take it in again. Mind is ever renewing. I am a new idea in the mind of God. With every breath I draw, divine love is expressing itself as the renewing health of my body. Beauty and perfection are the mirror likeness of mind, being my physical reflection. The orderly functions of sight, sound, and touch quietly maintain their divine purpose. I am a new idea in the mind of God. As God conceived of itself as infinite, this unlimited freedom of expression becomes my prosperity. My needs are fulfilled by this ever forming mind. My desires and pleasures are delightfully brought into structure by the creative self expression, self gratification of mind. I am a new idea in the mind of God. In this moment, I am aware that the ever evolving, renewing, unfolding, and enfolding love of the divine creator. I am a part of this unfolding. Old experiences are blessed and released. New experiences draw me into the center of peace and harmony. Every day, God through me is renewing the goodness of my mind, body, and affairs. What this reading reminds me of is that that place where my human mind often is challenged with the reality that everything in form is the infinite expressing itself as that form. And it's just such a beautiful thing to imagine, that I am not separate, that I literally am a divine idea in the mind of creation, that I am a point where a little spark of imagination in the whole of creation imagined itself as me and chose to express itself as me. And in so doing, all that it is, all of the magnificence of creation, all of the pure potential, all of the variety, all of the diversity, all of the richness of unlimited potential is part of what was born in me, is really the total of what was born in me. And the part becomes how much of it I use. I really like the line that old experiences are blessed and released. I think sometimes we focus more on the release of old experiences than we do actually blessing them first, to find gratitude for every experience, for every messy moment, and to learn from them. Sometimes I think we get lost in trying to figure out the meaning of things when, I think the key is in this mirror image likeness, that when I'm trying to figure things out, the reality of it is there's nothing to figure out. Life is projecting back to me exactly what I think, exactly what I believe. And rather than embracing it, I spin off into I have to figure it out when the answer is right in front of me. I think it's that way for all of humanity because there is no separation. It's that way for all of life, um, for all of the critters and everything. The answer is the experience. And if we want to shift the experience, then we shift the belief that is operating as the experience. And so I see that there's nobody joining me this morning. So I'm going to move into our time of meditation. If you watch this later and you have comments, please share them. If you want to share them directly with me without making them public on any of the social media posts, you're welcome to email me at revrafe@columbiacsl.com. So now we'll go into our brief meditation. Then I will bring us out with a spiritual mind treatment, also known as affirmative prayer for the day. Here we go. So with this breath, I recognize that the breath of life is breathing me. I recognize that there is only one life, one love, one peace, one power, one source, one substance, one creator, one creation, expressing infinite ideas of itself as creation, expressing an individualized, one of a kind, never to be repeated ideas of itself, expanding its experience of itself through its imagination in form. And being that there's only one substance, everything within it, created out of it, must be connected to it, to each other. No separation in one. And this one must be everywhere present. Because it is everywhere. This one is self-existent, existing within itself. It simply has always been. It is the ground of all being. And I, a spark in its imagination. All of life, a spark in its imagination. Because what I speak of me, I speak of all creation, of all form, of all function, of all experience. So I recognize that the truth of all beingness is that the seed of perfection is at the very center of every expression of divinity. That just as all that is necessary for a rose to be a rose exists in the seed before it is planted, all that is necessary for each expression of divinity to fully express its divinity is born in the seed of the idea of it. And so all that is necessary, all that is needed for me, the individualized expression of creation, to fully express the divine's idea of itself as me, was born into me. It is the center of my being. It is the seed of me. And so I say yes to being planted, to being watered, to being grown. I say yes to that divine process of nature. I say yes to growing into the fullest expression of me, of the divine me that I can be. And I say yes to inviting, allowing, and supporting every expression of the infinite to be its fullest expression. And I do this by living in acceptance. I do this by opening my mind and my heart. I do this by letting go of the need to understand why anyone does what they do, and continuously remind myself of the truth of being, to daily refuse to get distracted by conditions, to understand and accept and walk with and be educated by every condition, every experience is a communication of what is believed. No longer willing to separate myself, assigning your belief and my belief, our belief and their belief. There's simply one mind and individualized beliefs. So I accept the empowerment, the agency of creation itself within me to know truth, to speak truth, to move consciousness into action, knowing that what heals in one place heals in every place. No longer willing to assign wrongness to any expression of divine mind. No longer willing to assign rightness to any expression of divine mind. I simply accept what is. I remember and I remember and I remember again that there is only one life. That life is God, Buddha, Allah, Great Spirit, Great Mystery, Creation, whatever name we call it. There is only one of it. And it is expressing in, through, and as everything. So I remind myself to know that the truth, the seed of perfection, must be present everywhere, just as it is in the source. And so I live in gratitude. I live from gratitude. I live in a true experience of faith, belief in things not seen but hoped for. I stand in and on the faith of knowing I have no need to understand what true perfection looks like in this human realm, to know it exists. So I let go of the limitations of my conditioned thinking. And I bless the activity of law. And I'm grateful. So it is from this gratitude, feeling the peace of alignment, calm every center, every spot within my physical being, feeling that divine I know I can let go. I know I can release all past experience, being grateful for it. And I can let go of any idea of future and controlling outcomes and limiting the divine's expression of itself as me. I simply let go. And I walk this day in awareness of the truth of all being, the truth of life. open to experience the divine in every expression of it. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is.